Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Life with Sam in Louisiana. So let's talk about Denver. In particular, let's talk about Aurora. So in case you didn't know, this is an apartment complex that has been taken over by illegal aliens. Watch.
It's been too unsafe. This is going to leave many families without a place to live. Several of the families who live here are new to this country and struggled to get into housing to begin with, and now they're being forced out. Dozens of parents rushed to Paris Elementary School for an emergency meeting, hoping to hear from Aurora Public Schools and other organizations about what kind of help they can get. This week, around 50 families learned their building in Aurora is shutting down in just a few days. Denver 7 has reported on the property's long history of code violations. This week, we tracked down the property managers who told us they haven't been around to fix those problems because they say it's too unsafe due to crime.
Hay muchas personas que tienen niños, niñas, hijos, familia. De bajo recursos.
But for many, like Edwin Macido, getting into any housing had been a blessing after being in and out of shelters and encampments since arriving in the U.S.
Se llama Central Park. Tuvimos un campamento debajo un puente.
With time running out, tenants are speaking up, saying they've worked hard to keep up with the rent.
Nosotros nos queremos ir a un refugio porque nuestros hijos hemos pasado muchas cosas para regresar otra vez a un refugio y darle esa calidad de vida.
But after seeing all of the outpouring of support,
ya nos sentimos más tranquilas.
They have new hope, knowing they're not alone.
A lot of you understand what's happening in our country right now, mainly because most of you don't live in a sanctioned city. I live in Denver. So the people that are living in these sanctioned cities, we are slowly losing control of our cities, and the government's not doing anything. Governor Police in Colorado, he is not doing anything about the apartment complex that has been taken over by Venezuelan gang members that have come over illegally. They have robbed 10 gun shops in Denver in the past month. They are strapping up. And this is just the first step. They're seeing what they can get away with. And so far, they've been in this apartment complex for almost a month. The police can't do anything about it. We haven't brought in reinforcements. And they're just living in this apartment complex they overtook, and no one's doing anything. What do you think they're going to do next? They're going to start overtaking more apartment complexes, more buildings, more facilities. What did our country think was going to happen when their time was up in the hotels we provided to them?
I can break this down for you guys. You've got a bunch of Venezuelan low-income people here illegally. Now, we need to make that point. They are here illegally, guys. They have no work permits. They did not come here properly or with permission. So they're in America without any ability to care for themselves or their families. They have moved into these apartment complexes, and essentially they have taken them over. And gangs and all this other stuff is going on. Now, the tenants are the people that are renting or living there illegally. And the owners of the property are like, look, we can't even have a manager on the property because it's too dangerous for them. The funny thing is, the Denver mayor and the governor of Colorado are saying that that is a lie. So let me play this one for you.
Resources, just generally, do you feel like you need from the federal government right now amid this surge in migrants?
Yeah, I really appreciate it. I mean, I think we have been pushing really hard that there are 3 key items we need right now. We definitely need the Congress to take action on $1 for support for cities. That's key. I think the second is we need more work authorization for folks that are arriving to our cities. The biggest issue is we have folks here who want to work and are not able to work. And the third is we need their help on a plan for coordinated entry. So we don't have just the governor of one state deciding where all newcomers go, but actually a coordinated plan nationwide for all of our cities and states to be a part of the solution. And we think those 3 things can actually help us be more than 10 times that number right now. We've brought 35,000 through this year, and remarkably been able to get 99% of them up and placed into housing or work or onward travel. And so we have been very successful, but now we're hitting a breaking point at which there's just not enough volume of work or of housing in the city to support this ongoing volume. Not to mention the impact on city budgets. This could be $160 or $180 million of impact on our budget next year. That's almost 15% of the entire city budget.
Problem that has taken over a number of our apartment complexes.
The city of Aurora says that's not true, and Aurora Police urge City Council to be wary of misinformation.
We don't know that all the information that's publicly out there right now is correct. It's probably not.
Aurora Police say they believe the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua is operating inside the Denver metro area. There's a new task force working to identify the number of gang members and what they're doing.
They're here. We know they're here. We think this was a test.
City Councilwoman Danielle Jurinsky suggested that a recent mass gathering of Venezuelans to await election results was linked to the gang. Mayor Kaufman says it's counterproductive to conflate a gathering of thousands of people with gang activity at a time when Aurora needs help from Venezuelan immigrants to root out the gang.
It's challenging because they tend to prey on their own. In other words, these are Venezuelan gang members within the Venezuelan community, which is new to our area, and there's a fear factor in terms of trying to get the cooperation among these Venezuelan migrants to report, that they're being victimized.
The conservatives on city council made clear that nothing the mayor or police were saying trumped their feelings.
This is what we believe. Our opinions are not up for debate. This is our beliefs. The three of us believe that there is a gang problem, a huge gang problem, that apartment complexes and areas of our city are being taken over.
It's just like as fast as they can build it and as much space they can find, they just need to slap something up as quick as possible. You know when you go to the beach and it's clearly way too crowded? So this is northern Colorado Springs, and it is taking some getting used to. It's just miles and miles of new housing developments and apartments and duplexes. There's not even enough grocery stores.
Richard shows us how city officials are responding to those accusations.
Well, if you've been on social media here in the last couple of weeks, you may have seen a lot of information being shared about a Venezuelan gang that people say is causing all kinds of problems.
Misinformation, nor is it rumors, guys. It's actually happening in America. An entire city, Aurora, part of Denver, is literally being taken over by illegal migrants. So this is my question for you guys. Let's break it down. You heard the mayor as well as the governor say we don't have enough funds. We don't have enough jobs. We don't have enough housing. But hey, we want every city and we want every state to be part of the solution. Well, I'm sorry. I live in a state that is totally against sanctuary cities, and I'm thankful for it. And I think your votes this coming election season in 2024 are more important now than ever, folks. I'm going to ask you, like, comment, subscribe, share this video everywhere that you can, but most importantly, realize that this is a test run by Venezuelan gang members to see how far they can push Democrat cities, sanctuary cities. It's happening in New York, in Denver, in Colorado Springs, New Orleans, and cities across America. Is your town, is your city next? Do you feel safe, people? I mean, they want to tell us that replacement theory is a conspiracy theory, but it's actually a fact. And it comes from the World Economic Forum. That is who started this. It is funded by nonprofits and non-governmental organizations because your taxpayers pay for the UN as well as the World Economic Forum and WHO. So stop allowing mainstream media to tell you that people on the right are conservatives or racist or anything else. We simply want to save the country that we all love and know. Because you see where these people are living, this apartment building. Please understand something. Even as ragged out and trashy as it looks, it's better than anything that they had in Venezuela. But you can't take a rat out of a rat hill, put it in a mansion, and expect it to behave any different, folks. And I don't care who that offends. That is the truth. Look at this. Look at this apartment building. Look at the trash. That this doesn't even bother them. They're walking their kids by this like it's no big deal, because it isn't. In their country, it is no big deal. That is how they lived there. We have brought over too many people from too many countries. They cannot all assimilate. It's costing us way too much money. There are American families that can't afford food or housing. I don't care about these people. They need to go back to their countries. Take a few, not 30 million. And Kamala Harris, the border czar, this is all on Biden. Go ahead, vote for him again, but I don't want to hear you complaining, folks.
But I need my president to tell me why I worked so hard all these years, all these decades. Couldn't get a business loan, but I bust my ass to get the money to create my business. And we got immigrants coming here. And they're getting money. Money! We're doing nothing.
¿Y hace cuánto tiempo llevas aquí en Estados Unidos?
Ya en total voy para 6 meses.
6 meses,
Sí.
wow. ¿Y qué tal? ¿Cómo te gustan?
Bien. Algunas personas sí no nos llevan bien con los venezolanos, pero feliz. Bien,
Feliz.
porque como yo digo, aquí en Nueva York, Estados Unidos, hay diferentes, como diciendo, nacionalidades de personas de Estados Unidos, de otros países.
Hay de
Y
todo el
estamos-
mundo aquí.
Claro, y todos somos felices, tranquilos.
Qué bueno, me alegro. So she said that's here. Everybody, there's people from all over the world and people have treated her amazing. ¿Y tú vives aquí en uno de estos hoteles?
Sí, vivo en el Teswas.
En el Teswas. ¿Y cómo es el tratamiento en el hotel?
Bien,
¿Bien?
bien.
¿Y cuánto tiempo te dejan quedar en un hotel?
En total 60 días. que son
60 días. ¿Y después qué hace uno después de los
Después
60?
vas a la 45
Ok.
en el Roswell y vas otra vez a renovar y te mandan a otro Chester.
Entonces hay que aplicar para los
Sí,
hoteles.
sí.
Ah, wow.
Pero aquí el gobierno ayuda a todos los venezolanos.
Ok, y también dan como para comida.
Sí, sí.
Sí.
Sí,
Wow,
hay
qué bueno.
alimentos para niños. Ahorita están dando tarjeta alimentaria también.
Y si no te molesta, ¿cuánto más o menos te dan?
This is crazy, bro.